Hi everyone, I'm Ann with the Natural Learning Lifestyle, where we encourage, support, and inspire homeschooling and unschooling families. Thank you for joining me today. We've just gotten word that the road out of lockdown is going to be long and slow. Not getting into the politics, it is what it is. How are you coping? How is it going? Because it's rough. It is rough. And I think a lot of us are putting on a brave face. But deep down, it's hard. It's hard on us adults and it's hard on our kids. We are a one income, only child family, so there's just three of us. But at this time, my partner is down to part-time hours and working from home. All of our normal routines are out the window. Are you finding the same? It's hard. He's not usually here as a part of our daily routines. And now that he has the best of intentions sometimes, but he's totally throwing a wrench in the works. Am I right? As we're going through this, we are coping, we're growing, we're looking for new opportunities, and we are making do with what we have. Admittedly, we do have the advantage of being a homeschooling family. We've not been forced into this lifestyle by how our daughter's school has chosen to respond to the lockdown. So there's no forced agenda coming down from the school on us. So we do have that privilege, and I acknowledge that, because what I hear about the remote learning, I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. It sounds really hard because all the control is on the schools, and they're setting the parameters and the schedules for the families who are trying to do with 1, 2, 3, 6 kids. I mean, however many kids, plus if parents are working from home, I can't even imagine the stress that they're under. So I acknowledge the privilege that we have of being a homeschooling family. So what coping tools are you using? How has your life at home changed? And are you allowing it to develop and grow as you go along? One of the coping mechanisms that have initiated is that I am hosting daily meetups for primary age kids on Zoom using the account set up by Hen for the homeschooling community. And this has just been a wonderful resource. We meet for about an hour every day of the week, Monday through Friday, and there's different themes each day. So we've got Monday is book club. Tuesdays and Thursdays we play games. Wednesdays we do Totally Tunes, where the kids get on and they share music that they've created or that they've learned. There's no lessons involved unless one of them plays something and somebody else is like, hey, can you teach me that? So they might teach each other, but it's just an opportunity for them to share in a fun, casual way, and it's really exciting. And then Fridays we finish the week with arts and crafts, and right now we're doing themed lead drawing, and then followed by origami. So we do two projects. One is drawing, and it's led from a YouTube channel that I found, and the other is doing an origami project, also led by a YouTube channel I found. And the two are interrelated, so there's a theme to each week. So this week we did, we drew caterpillars and then we folded butterflies. I thought that was pretty clever. I try to stay in the background as much as possible, just keep an eye on things, just making sure that everyone's getting an opportunity to contribute. What I'm really looking to create is an opportunity for the kids to interact with each other more than with me directly. And I think it's going pretty well. It's we get anywhere from 2 to 9 kids, just depending. But that's okay. It's not forced and it's not required. It's just an opportunity. Another project that I've started is an adult book club. This is the Natural Learning Book Discussion Club, and we meet monthly. to discuss books on homeschooling, unschooling, natural learning, and pretty much anything related to those topics. They can be suggested by members of the group, or and then we put them into the schedule. Some books are available through the libraries, other ones we have to purchase. The Natural Learning Book discussion group on Facebook, if you want to look it up. So far we've done John Holt's Teach Your Own, we've done John Holt's Learning All the Time, and we just finished up John Taylor Gatto's Dumbing Us Down. And the next book that we're reading right now for the Zoom meetup in October is Joanne Calderwood's The Self-Propelled Advantage, which is a really good book. One of the things that's come out in this group is there's quite a few members who are new to homeschooling. They were actually public schoolers, intended to stay with public schooling forever and ever and ever. And now they got forced into the remote learning, which is not fun. And so they wanted to transition over to homeschooling, which has given them a lot more freedom. And what's coming out in some of the conversations is how much homeschooling is not what they thought it was going to be. They had expected homeschooling, which even the name implies, is the classroom, the schoolroom at home. And it's not. And they are discovering they have so much freedom for their children to explore and be curious. And yeah, they're still getting their academics covered and all of that, but they can do it in such a freeing way. So another great tool that we've been using in our home, and we were doing this before, but we've gotten a lot more intense about it now during this time when we're all here all day long, is board games and card games. And we already had quite a bit of a collection. We have even more now. But board games and card games, there is so much learning that happens there. Some of it's academics. There's obviously maths and geography and language arts and spelling, and that can be part of the gameplay itself. But there's a lot of the soft skills that happen in gameplay too, taking turns and good sportsmanship and other soft skill relationship skills that aren't, you're not going to find them in textbooks. So there's a lot of benefits to including board games and card games in your at-home time, and there can be a lot of learning happening in it too. Our two favorite games that we've recently acquired, actually there's more than two, but the two that come to mind are Dragonwood. It's a fun family game. Bananagrams is great fun, much better than Scrabble, I think. And Pictures is another new one that we've gotten that's a lot of fun. So if you get a chance to try those out, let us know what you think about them in the comments. Another new endeavor that our family has taken on as a project is the starting up of our YouTube channel, The Natural Learning Lifestyle. We're having a lot of fun with that. We're learning storytelling, we're learning video editing, we're learning to use a Doodly app, and how to work together as a team, and just having a lot of fun creating the content for our channel here and sharing our experiences with you, our viewers. So thank you for coming along on this journey with us. Another thing that we've learned as homeschoolers is that if we wait for the community or to organize an outing or an excursion of something that we're interested in, we could be waiting a long time. Not to say that other members don't organize, because they do. This is a very contributing community to be a part of. But a lot of times, what we've learned is if we have an interest in going and doing something, such as taking a surfing lesson or going snorkeling, that we can wait for somebody else to think of it and organize it, or we can do it ourselves. And so this is the basis of a lot of what we're doing right now as coping with this lockdown. Is we had a need, especially our daughter, to spend time with other people her age. That's where the idea of the meetups came from. And I had a need to communicate with other adults, even though my husband's home all the time, but to share stimulating conversations about the books that I was reading. So that becomes the book club. And so if your family has a need and it's not being met, and that's not a judgment, it's just a statement, but if it's not being met, then reach out to the community, because there will be other people who are looking to meet the same need, and they will meet you halfway on that. And we've had huge success even prior to lockdown. When we wanted to do the surfing lesson, we called down to Torquay and we organized a group outing and then created the event, and we had a big crowd turn up, and it was great fun to share that experience with our friends, and then we got to make new friends too. So we're all doing it tough right now. We're all in this together. Homeschoolers, remote learners alike, and differently, each in their own ways. But the most important thing is that we can all encourage and support each other, because we're all doing it together. So I'm going to thank you for joining me today and staying all the way to the end of this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.